Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. I was just checking out the top best-selling full-frame DSLRs on Amazon, and I was a little bit surprised at what was ranking as the top 3 best-selling DSLRs. Check it out, let's have a look. So here's the current best-selling DSLR cameras. You can see Amazon bestsellers here. And we've got some really low-end entry level, which I guess isn't surprising for the top levels simply because of the price. But when we look at the first full-frame camera to rank in this list, so that would be number 1, is the Canon 5D Mark III right here. So this is it, 5D Mark III. It's the 22 megapixel full frame. And the Canon 5D Mark III has been on the market for a while. So I'm actually a little bit surprised it wasn't one of the newer Nikons, say the D750 or something. But, you know, it's a good seller. It provides good value, and a lot of studios use it, and a lot of hobbyists use it. So I guess I really shouldn't be that surprised. It's a solid camera, and it's at a decent price now. You can see here it's $24.99, and they say the original list here is $27.99. But I do believe it was more than that. I think it was something like 35 or 32 when it originally came out. Let's look and see what number 2 is. So number 2 is actually the Canon EOS 60. It holds the overall position of number 6 in DSLR cameras as bestsellers, but it is the second best-selling full-frame camera next to the Canon 5D Mark III. And as you can see, it's, for those of you that aren't familiar with the 60, it's a 20 megapixel camera, and you can get this for now for $13.99. And I've even seen it on better deals than this if you watch or paired up with other lenses and other kits and whatnot. You can see used down here. It's as low as $11.49. But still, I mean, this camera I believe was around $2,000 when it came out. They've got the MSRP here at $16.99. But the current price of $13.99 is pretty good for a 6D. Again, you might want to watch the sales because I think you can get this with a lens for about this price. I mean, currently they've got it with the 24-105 STM for $17.99. I would suggest that I've seen this camera for closer to probably $1,200 with a lens. But the interesting thing to point out here is that this is number 2 on the full frame chart. You can see the first full frame to appear on the chart is the 5D Mark III. The second is the 60. And then here's the one next up, all the way down in position number 11 for the next full frame, is the D750 from Nikon, which I thought would have been higher up. And maybe that's due to some of Nikon's problems with recalls and whatnot. This actually isn't the best price I've seen on the 750. With either rebates or sales, I've seen it for less than $19.96, although it's not a bad price in the sense that this was higher than this when released. They've got, used ones down here for $15.45 starting at. I would probably buy this with the 24-120 because for an extra $300, you're getting a stellar VR lens. And you can see it's got 4.5 out of 5-star reviews from 358 customer reviews. Again, I thought this would have been higher up, but it's number 3 on the top 3 best-selling full-frame cameras. Now, as I said, overall, it holds a position number 11 in the total for best-selling DSLRs. But for full-frame, we've got the Canon 5D Mark III right here, and that one's at position number 1. That takes pole position. And then we've got the Canon 60, the EOS 60, and that's number 2 in our list of top 3 best-selling DSLRs on Amazon. And then again, the third, down at position number 11 overall, but the third best-selling DSLR on Amazon is the Nikon D750, which is right here. And the D750 is probably one of my favorite full-frame cameras, next to probably the D610. And out of curiosity, I'm just curious if the D610 ranks here. What is the next full frame? The next full frame, which would be position number 4, is the 750 again, and that's with a lens. So the 750 up here is without a lens. This is the one that is paired with the 24-120. So that actually probably makes the 750 higher up in the rankings when you consider it takes 3rd and 4th position. Now, the next full frame, there's not another full frame, so the 5th best selling full frame is not in the top 20, which goes to show you most of the best selling cameras are APS-C cameras. The next one would be number 5 is right here, the D810, and that's way down at position number 25 overall. So there's the D810, the 36 megapixel camera. So very, very interesting. So we've got the 5D Mark III at number 1, the 6D at number 2, the 750 at positions 3 and 4, and then the 810 at position number 5. There you go, folks. Were you surprised? I kind of was. As I said, I thought the 750 would be higher up the list. Anyways, check it out. I'll put the links below if you want to see this. And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.